But today on air, it's all about the garden. And I mean, it's February 1st. Woke up this morning and I was like, wow, January actually does end, because that felt like it was forever. And here we are welcoming a brand new season. I would love to poll everybody watching right now and find out if anybody doesn't absolutely love lavender. It is one of those most universally beloved scents and visuals. I always think of France when I see it. I love actually lavender teas and cooking with it and just seeing it. And if you've ever thought, gosh, I wish I could have lavender, but you know, sometimes it goes kind of cuckoo crazy. We are bringing you now what is called the Layla Presto Blue Lavender in a set of 3 for about $12 each. They ship to you for free and your easy pay is $11.99. This is a brand new lavender. I always feel like these shows, whether I'm hosting or watching, they feel like a master class in the very latest in gardening and botanicals made easy. So Katie DuBois is back. And I think the best way to open this is like, even if you think you know lavender, you kind of don't now.
I think the best way is just to smell.
Yes.
Like, can you?
And like my blood pressure just dropped.
So the whole studio just smells so delicious. But you're right. Even if you know lavender and you've grown it before, you may have grown a larger variety that the summer rainstorm comes along and you go out to your garden and boop, the whole thing has just fallen apart.
There's a hole in the middle.
Yeah. Yes. Or you've planted it and maybe it hasn't been in the right spot. So first of all, even though this is a new lavender, it still is the same growing conditions of our other old friend lavenders. It loves dry. It loves to be ignored, really. That's the bottom line, is ignore it. Of course, you're going to want to look at it.
Coffee. I'll ignore the daylights out of this.
That's why we brought it for you. It does not like to be overwatered. It loves full sun, dry soil. It's that Mediterranean plant. So think about those conditions. And when you know that, it is the easiest plant to grow.
Oh my gosh, I just want to sprinkle this in my bath. And in my tea. I want to rub my face in it so I can smell it all the time.
And it's interesting because one of the unique properties of lavender is that both the flowers, which you were just smelling, and the leaves are scented. So even before it blooms, because it is going to be one of those late, this is an earlier bloomer. So that's the great thing about Layla. Why this lavender over others is it's going to bloom earlier. So mid-spring than your other lavender. But of course, like your others, it'll bloom all the way through till fall.
Amazing. And then come back.
And then come back. And not only come back, but for us in Pennsylvania and for most, of our climates here, we get below 0. If you get below 10, it stays evergreen, which means in my garden right now, it looks like this without the flowers. It looks like this. It's this silvery, beautiful foliage or leaves that stay evergreen throughout the winter. So when you're looking at this plant, you're actually looking at a 4-season plant.
There you go. And again, all of that hard work already done for you. So what you're saying is even at its richest amount of growth, it isn't going up high and then curling around. It stays dense.
Right. So this is a perfect front. You can see here, front of the border plant. And if you love roses or you have roses, this picture is the perfect. I mean, the lavender kind of is the star here.
Of course.
But you plant it as a companion plant to others because it's a natural pest repellent. It's not just a pest repellent for your flowers, but you can rub it on your wrists. It's a natural pest repellent for people too.
What if we put it around the Rose of Sharon that we had earlier?
Oh, that would be beautiful. Yes. Purple girlies, right?
That's what I'm saying, right? If you missed it, we had this beautiful Rose of Sharon tree that started our show, and it had this deep, beautiful blue purple. Reminded me of Tanzanite, my gem girls, right? But if you plant this around the base of it or nearby and you get those different tonal blues, again, that very rare color in nature is stunning. Now, what if you start to really see growth in these and you start to, can I divide them and spread them around?
Absolutely, yes. So these are going to grow. What you see on, this set, you will get flowers this year. This is the plant. This is probably your second growing season here, but you will absolutely get flowers this year.
That's what I'm all about. I want to see, I need some kind of visual, you're doing a good job, right?
I'm doing it right.
Yay! It's actually, there's nothing, I have to believe, even if you've been gardening forever, there's that, it's working moment, right? Like, oh my gosh, Mother Nature's talking back to me, right, kind of moment. And then You cut them, you dry them, they continue to scent beautifully, you make floral arrangements out of them. Pretty, pretty, please, please do like this and take those bits and pieces off, those blooms off, and spread them in your bath and make sachets out of them and gift them to your friends, right? These are the beautiful, rich gifts of Mother Nature that I think all of us need. And then, oh my gosh, I love that I get to carry this with me all throughout the show.
And these will last for years, your bouquets. So what I say is if you love the purple in your garden, great. Keep the flowers in your garden, but by early fall, mid-fall, they'll start to dry on the plant on their own. So at that time, harvest them all. Cut them all back. You know, you don't want to cut the leaves. Cut them all back, and then you get to use them throughout the winter and for years.
It's a $36 quote-unquote investment. But it's such a small amount, but I say an investment is something that pays you back, and this will pay you back year after year after year. And again, Katie, just speaking to foolproof gardening.
We guarantee this. We want you to be successful. So this is a perennial, so we guarantee it for an entire year for the time of shipment. So please get in touch with us if for any reason you're dissatisfied.
Friends, remember I spoke to the Rose of Sharon tree earlier in the show? We have fewer than 600 remaining, and far more than that have been ordered in just